So we are at our hotel in Savannah, Georgia, the present. So just gonna do a quick tour because we're just checking in. So you walk in, you have the bed. There's a fireplace. And then this bathroom. With a clawfoot tub. Yep. And that's it. Hello, it's me. So we are in Savannah, Georgia. We're gonna have 2 days, or I guess like 1.5 days here, and then like 3 days in Charleston. So we landed late last night, around, I would say, what time is it? Oh, we got in like 9:30. Picked up our rental car, got to the hotel like around like 10:30, and we were like, oh, we're hungry, like we could really use a snack. So we ended up going to this restaurant, Hitch, which they were open till 1 a.m. They still had like family friendly vibes. Like we walked in, we're like, so like you walk in and like the right side's a bar and then the left side's like the restaurant. And like given that it was like past 11, we're like, oh, is it like family friendly? And he was like, could we bring a baby in here, or is it just like bar vibes right now? And then he was like, oh no, like we consider ourselves family friendly. Of course we're not gonna like have any like kid movies or whatever, or like we'll play adult movies potentially, but I was like, oh yeah, it's fine. So we ate there. It was pretty good. The reviews really like were hyping up certain things, like their cherry Coke vodka or something, and I was like, oh, it's just like it just tastes like a cherry Coke, like but it was good. And then we came back. The baby boy, it was just like up and just did not want to sleep, so we ended up going to bed like around 1ish. Got up around 7:45 because where we're staying, the present, the parking, like they have parking around here, but street parking because it's like in a residential area. So I set my alarm so that, because from 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. parking is free, and then after that it's not. So like there's 12 hours where you have to pay. So we need to set our alarm because we didn't want to get like fines or get towed or whatever. So did that, and so we've been up kind of since then. Trying to think what else. So today we're gonna go basically just explore Savannah. I have a reservation for us for lunch at the Old Pink House, so we'll go there. We're gonna go get some coffee, and get something for people to eat for breakfast, and something for me too. I'm hungry. And then we'll see what the day takes us. We're gonna do a lot of walking. It's supposed to rain. Basically, there's like a chance of rain like all day, so we'll see how that goes. But we're super excited to be here. I don't see that. Huh?
No, you can go shopping for something. Dale.
Look at you driving! Who's this guy?
Fellow citizens, the number is too high to bear, exceeding all those destroyed by war, pestilence, fire, flood, and famine combined.
Moderation is the answer, not prohibition. This anti-Zulu movement will run itself out over due course of time because the people will see that it rests on un-American ideals and interferes with personal liberties.
So they deliver a French breakfast to like the door each day. So I figured we'd like look at what they give us together. So we have some pastries, a couple of croissants, and a couple of blueberry muffins. And then we have some silverware, an apple, oh, some preserve. Wait. I would call this jam or preserve. Some orange marmalade. Also, what's this? And strawberry preserve. And then we have a banana. And then they serve coffee downstairs from like, I think she said 6 to 11. So we'll go down there in a bit. Currently, waiting for Luis to finish dinner so I can get ready for the day and go downstairs and get coffee. And baby boy is having a blast, is running around. The hotel did have a pack and play, so he slept in that last night, which was great because he slept way longer than he did when we were in Savannah and we were all in the same bed. Although he did sleep well too, there as well. I will give a room tour later. We kind of came in yesterday. Everything was a blur. Hey, my glasses. Boop, boop. gonna do a room tour. Mind you, we're unpacked. There's stuff everywhere. Okay, so you walk in. To the left, you have the closet. The only thing I wish there was like a door on the closet. Then, oh, you have like this art. There's a lot of art like throughout here and at the hotel in general. It's a art museum. Then you have the bed. We took a little nap, so. The counter. I love also how there's like a lot of like drawer space. We have another painting. The window. Our view is the main street right here, which is nice. Some chairs. All of this. I might take another video tomorrow. And then come in, you have the bathroom. Again, like art. But yeah. And that's it. So it's been a while since I've spoken to y'all. So basically we were in Savannah. We came, I think where I left off, it was somewhere on like our full day. But basically went to lunch, dinner. I think we started that morning. We went to got like waffles from this place. We went to lunch. But I honestly, it's a blur, but I'll remember at some point. But anyway, yesterday we were still in Savannah, went to Toast all day for like brunch. Of course it was like a little crowded, like it was Mother's Day. And then we went to the American Prohibition Museum, and then we like drove to Charleston, which having a baby in the back, I didn't really get to see like a lot of like the scenery. Like when I came to the hotel here, we're staying at the Venue. She was like, yeah, look, it's such beautiful scenery. I was like, yeah, I didn't really get to see too much because I had a baby in the back. I had to pay attention to him, and then I was kind of sleepy, and I was trying to take a nap. Of course, you can't really take a nap. He doesn't take a nap. And but like what I did see was just a lot of like beautiful trees and stuff. So we got here yesterday, like around like 4 or something. No, it was after 5 because we left Savannah around 3, and then we got here like after 5. We walked around the waterfront. We went to the pineapple fountain. We walked along Rainbow Row. Then we got dinner at Charleston's Crab House, which was pretty good. And then we just kind of came back here. The hotel, they have at 9 p.m. like milk and cookies. So we like kind of walked around, sat around, had cookies and like milk. And then we like crashed out for the night. The baby did not want to go to sleep. He was like up pretty late. And then we got kind of a late start today, but the hotel, they give us like a breakfast. They said between 8 and 10, like they put it outside. It's like a French breakfast, so it was like it was some pastries. I kind of took a video of that. So then after that, after we got all ready, we left. We went to the museum, it was like the old slave auction mart. We went there, which was really like, it was a lot of information. It was good information. A lot, like I learned like a few things, but like a lot of it I kind of had like a general idea. It was just like very specific to like the Charleston area, so that was good. And then if you bought a combo ticket, you could also go to the old Provost and dungeon, and we went there, which was also on my list anyway. Like I didn't even know about the like slave mart museum until I think yesterday. I was looking at things near me. So, and then that was really good. Like you get a tour of like the dungeon part, and then like the other 2 floors you can explore yourself. So that was like nice. We went for lunch, we ended up going to, oh my gosh, I forgot the name. But we went there. The food was really good. Like I had a lot of like reviews and good reviews. And then like next door to they have a general store. The guy, one of the owners, he gave us like a free kid scoop coupon, so we got like a scoop of ice cream for Javi, and then got some was like body scrub, because they in the bathroom at the restaurant they had like this body scrub, and that was like so nice and felt so soft. And like Louis like tried it first, he was like, oh, I love this. And so we got a couple of scrubs, one for him, one for me. And then that's when we went to the Old Provost, because we went to Old Mart, then we went to lunch in there, and then we also like swapped through the Mart. Like they have like a market here, so we kind of went through there and then headed over to the museum. And then after that, like honestly, we were kind of beat and the baby was asleep, so we were like, oh, let's just go back to the hotel. And I was gonna go shopping, I was gonna leave them in here and go shopping a bit, but like a lot of the places closed like around 6, because I was looking at King Street. It was not worth it to go to King Street if I'm not gonna be able to go to everything, because some stuff closes at 6, some stuff closes at 7, you have a few maybe close at like 8 or 9, but for the most part it seemed like 6 was the common time, 6 to 7. I was like, you know what, I think I'll just do that tomorrow. So right now, husband and baby, they're out like at the waterfront, because the hotel is basically like a block from the waterfront park, so they went over there. I needed to do some stuff like around here, and so I'm gonna about to go walk and meet them over there, and then we'll see about some dinner and we'll go from there. So maybe I'll catch y'all tomorrow. Like I'll probably like still film some things, but in terms of talking to you, I'll probably be either late tonight or tomorrow. I get so into the day, I just like forget to start vlogging, and then it's been raining, so I don't really pull out my phone to vlog me talking anyway. I just take like video of stuff that I see, and then even then, like, because it's raining, I'm like, ugh. But yeah, all right, talk to you later. Bye.
Go on about your business, boy.
Okay. just coming across this. I don't know, like, is this a noose? So I'm at the McLeod plantation. The trees are so beautiful, but this has just been such like an experience for me, especially like seeing the slave cabins and all of that. It's a lot. So it's sad and disheartening, but we are definitely a resilient people. I know that much.
Lineage isn't about being a group of people that's been displaced. The Gullah Lineage is about being a part of a community that...
In the praise house, and this is where the work began.
The Progressive Club, right here on Johns Island, came about as a result of a meeting in this praise house.
Blacksmiths have shaped African culture since at least 500 BC, forging spiritual objects, instruments, tools, and weapons that allow...
Hi y'all, so while I was editing this video, I realized that I never came back on and talked to y'all about Savannah and Charleston and my thoughts overall. So I'm going to do that now. I have the notes on my phone, so I will start with Savannah and then I'll go into Charleston. So my thoughts on Savannah, where we stayed, the present, I did really enjoy it. History-wise, it was formerly a brothel that is now a hotel. So I thought that was a really cool tidbit about the hotel. I liked our room, and I also liked the courtyard area and the balcony, and we didn't really get to enjoy those outdoor spaces too much because we weren't there that long, for one, and then two, also the weather. And I also liked the area because we were in a residential area, so we were able to walk to a lot of things. We were in walking distance, but it was off the beaten path and it was nice and quiet. So I would recommend the hotel for sure. I also realized whenever I was researching hotels that Savannah is known for being haunted, which I didn't know. So there's a lot of hotels that are haunted and people have had sightings. So I was really trying to make sure wherever I stayed wasn't going to see anything, and I didn't see anything about anyone sighting anything at the present. I didn't see anything. So if you're worried about that, definitely that's a place to go. But if you are interested in something haunted, I know the Marshall House is supposed to be haunted. We did a ghost tour one night, and like we booked it last minute because it was like we should do that because we're in Savannah and that's what it's known for, being haunted. And we went past the Marshall House and we were like snapping pictures of it to try to see if we could see a sighting. But that's a place, if you're interested and you're hoping for a thrill of seeing something, then definitely check out the Marshall House. But for me, I'm not interested in seeing anything. So our favorite place to eat was the Old Pink House. It was so cute. Like, I loved that it was pink, and then also the inside just decorated very nice. The staff was really nice. Everything about it was great. The food was really good. Louise still raves about their chicken. Their drinks were good, kid friendly. I would say you need to make a reservation. I was able to make a reservation for lunch, and I thought the lunch portions were great, so I would definitely recommend lunch. But yeah, definitely make a reservation. So Leopold's ice cream is definitely a place you need to check out. It's very famous there. The ice cream is really good, and we really enjoyed it there. And they have different flavors. They even had like a lavender ice cream, and I'm very much on the lavender kick. So I really enjoyed that, trying out that ice cream. Our ghost tour guide told us about pralines being very popular there in Savannah, and I didn't know that Savannah was known for pralines until she said that, because whenever I think pralines, I think New Orleans. So we did get some of the pralines. I will say that I didn't really care for them. They're really sweet, and then they use the full pecan. In New Orleans, they use like pecan bits, and the praline, I would have to like break it apart. Like, it would take me 2 or 3 times to really eat the praline. I could eat the same praline for a few days just because it was so sweet, and I don't have that same issue with New Orleans pralines. So I wasn't a huge fan, but you should definitely try it out for yourself. And I think I would say my favorite part about Savannah was like the park. So we were in the historic district. There's a park everywhere, a park or a square. So like there's such beautiful landscaping, such beautiful scenery, beautiful trees, and I just love being able to walk around and see that, because that's not something I'm seeing every day here. So that was really great, and I loved it. Okay, so now I'll go down to Charleston. So Charleston, we stayed at the Vendu, which was an art hotel. So basically in the lobby they had an art gallery. So they have an art director who works there, and so I know one night I went to the art tour because she gives a tour, I believe, daily, to kind of like walk through the art in the hotel, and that was really nice and informative because she tells you like who tells you about the artist and kind of like the thought process behind the painting or the art. So that was really cool to hear about, and then it made me also like kind of appreciate the art more whenever I like walk in the lobby. So that was great. I also loved the location of it because it was like right off the waterfront. It was like a block from there, so the location was really good for me. And then also they had things like free breakfast in the morning, and then free coffee, and in the evening they had milk and cookies. So I really did enjoy that. I would say our favorite places to eat, we went to Hannibal's Kitchen, which is Gullah food. I really want to try Gullah food, and I would say that the food was really good. I got the smothered pork chops, and usually I don't get smothered pork chops from restaurants because they're usually not tender, but this pork chop was really tender, and it was amazing. The other place we really liked was McLeod's, and this was a short walk from our hotel, so we ate there like our last day, and the food was really good. Everything was tasty. We went there for lunch. I think it's another place, if we're gonna go for dinner, you probably need a reservation, but we got there right at open, and so we were able to get in no problem. I would say my favorite thing about Charleston was the history. There was just so much history there, and that's what I was looking forward to most about Charleston, was learning the history about slavery there, learning about the Gullah people and the culture. So I was excited about that. We went to the McLeod plantation, which I would just say I just was really on the fence and really wrestled about whether I wanted to go to a plantation, just because of the history and all the things that of course I've grown up learning about and knowing about slavery in that time, and I didn't know how it would feel actually going to a plantation. But I will say I'm really glad that I went, because when I was doing research I came across McLeod, and one of the things that really drew me to it was the fact that they have the original slave cabins, which was really important to me. And then also the fact that it's not a place where they are letting people use it as a venue. Like, you can't get married there. I really do see plantation as a crime scene, so I just really think it's great that they don't allow that. And then whenever we went there, they had a Gullah guide, and he was really telling us the history of the Gullah culture. He told us the history of the plantation owner, and then also the history of the slaves who lived there and their descendants. So it was just very well rounded, and we got a lot of great information there, so I really enjoyed that. And then after the tour, we were just able to kind of like walk along, really explore the cabins and the land, and really just like get a full understanding and just a feel, and just kind of like do our own thing. So we spent quite a bit of time there, and I feel very grateful to be of this lineage, and just like knowing the strength and resilience of my people. It's just, it's a lot. I felt very overwhelmed being there, but filled with such gratitude for the life that I'm able to live today, and knowing like what my ancestors had to go through to even get me to this place today. So yeah, there's a lot of like complex emotions I was feeling, and I still kind of feel about it today when I think back on it. So I would say it really had a profound impact on me, so I'm really glad that I went. And then also there's just a bunch of other great history there. Like, we went to the old slave mart, grown up learning about my history, so I knew a lot of in the history of slavery and a lot of that information. But they also had like some great stuff that was specific to Charleston and specific to that slave mart. That was very interesting, and Luis told me that that was probably the most he's actually spent at a museum reading. There was a lot to read. We spent a good amount of time there, and then we went to the provost dungeon, which was also really interesting as well, and being able to kind of tour the dungeon. We had to have a tour guide for the dungeon part, so the tour guide kind of led us and gave us a history down there, and then for the other 2 floors we were able to kind of free range and kind of just read and like look around. So that was really interesting as well. And then on our last day we went to the International African American Museum, which was also very interesting, like a lot of like new information for me. And then they kind of focus as well on like Gullah culture, and then they had a room about like African history, and it was really good and interesting. So I definitely recommend that museum as well. I wish we had like another hour and a half to explore. I thought we would be able to read everything and go through it in an hour and a half, but I was really rushing towards the end, because we had to leave to go to the airport. It's not that big, but there's a lot of information and a lot of things to see. So yeah, so I would say for Charleston, the history is just so great and a lot of things to learn. But I would say overall, between the two, I'm more partial to Charleston. I just feel like the history really gave it an edge. Beautiful buildings, the cobblestone streets. I feel like the food was better in Charleston. The shopping's better than in Charleston. Like, they have King Street, they have like random places like you're walking around. So I feel like Charleston was just the better place for me. I think Savannah is very beautiful in its own right. Beautiful greenery, beautiful parks, love it. I would go back to both of them. I feel like for Savannah and also for Charleston, I really could have used an extra day. I feel like for Savannah, there were some places I really wanted to see that I didn't get a chance to because of the weather. And then also we only had one full day there, so we were kind of limited on like the timing and all the things that we could see. So yeah, that's everything I have. So let me know your thoughts. Have you been to Charleston or Savannah? And if so, did you have a favorite between the two? And yeah, if you have any questions, drop them down in the comments and I will get to them. But other than that, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. And don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks. Bye.